And we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay, Coach, we'll first open way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, and none other than Cam Newton.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
The run on first down gets him a couple up to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Time to check the defensive starters here for Kansas City. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on third down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 22 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 29-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Now the Auburn product, Corey Graham. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They go play fake. Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that way. Completes it to Hardman. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, 15. You got tight. You got tight right there. Show it up.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department, as this remains a 6-3 score. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Bengals getting set to go. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Check. Grace don't travel. Hey, 43, 15.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A check on the numbers for Kenyon Drake last week. 11 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
6-3 is our score after one. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. It makes it manageable now.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the third down throw, and that leads to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Getting set to go again here. Cam Newton marches back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
On
first down, Mixon. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Newton, he gets this one to Boyd. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Too easy.
Now, the Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Well, here's a first down throw that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
20.
Now Joe Mixon trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Newton. They'll roll him out right. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot. You know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
Mahomes now on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. After the sack on first down, Mahomes. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike 56. Mike 56. Come to my world. 15. 56 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Let's go now. 10-2 stop. Pilot, 64, weak. Slam.
Second and 5. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Boyle. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Watch out for Hill on the return. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5.
Watch the twist. Hey, he's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Watch the rip lift.
57's mic. Mike 56.
Mahomes now to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Mahomes now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Butker's kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. So a capper there to a pretty good 1st half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This is fielded at the goal line. A nice little juke. So we come upon halftime with 9. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
We play to win. Let's go.
So here are the Chiefs to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes finding Hardman here over the middle. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, Ridley.
56, check 56. Hey, that's good.
Now here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take. That instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
43!
On first down, Drake. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Right back to Drake. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
57, Mike, 57. I'm coming.
Attack!
Undercrouch.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Easy.
56 is the mic. Hey, watch the slant.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. To throw on third down. Boyle got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Here's Hill on the return. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down. Mahomes now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On first down, Mahomes. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 32 on the play. That seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought, that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is. So to him, it wasn't up for grabs. To him, it was a big play waiting to happen.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Here's Mahomes on third. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The Bengals on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun, Boyle, and that will be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On fourth down, Boyle. And that is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I got it.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Boyle. And incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Looking to throw. Boyle. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Boyle. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
And it's 3rd down.
The Bengals on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Boyle. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Elsewhere, they're on to the 4th quarter at MetLife Stadium. And the Panthers have scored to extend their lead. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far.
64, weak.
On 4th down, Boyle. Open man is Lashley. That's complete. 30, 20, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jordan Lashley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Under yellow.
Under 10. Kill.
Yellow.
He's checking crap.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Mahomes going to throw it here. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Come on now, let's go.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check it. Rim.
Now Mahomes. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, 57 color.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
A Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Looking to throw. Boyle.
We'll definitely see some...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Back to throw. Boyle. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
On fourth down, Boyle. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs are likely going to win the football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Tight dog. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
You better be afraid of me. 57 to Mike. pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had